Dear RuPaul Drag Race fans. Dear RuPaul Drag Race fans.
Dear Drag Race fans.
Last time, y'all. Hey, y'all. We got a video to talk about with you today, and this video has to do with the toxic fandom of RuPaul's Drag Race. I got a special guest, Diana, with me. Oh, you already know where this is going. Oh, not racist.
Listen.
Yeah. Yes, dog. Oh. Get that out of there. It's your boy Matty Rants. Welcome back to my channel. Cute noises and other things of privilege. And I want you to make sure that you hit that like button, that share button, and that subscribe button so you can come and see me do my thing and act a fool on camera every other day, okay? And I have a special guest with us today.
Diana.
Anna, like, you know,
D-I-E.
Yeah, Anna. Anna? Okay, all right. Anna who?
And Diana.
Diana who? Oh, I gave you a last name. No. Diana is one of the local girls out here in LA, honey. You can catch her at Red Line, downtown.
Every day of the motherfucking week.
Come on now, sister with the misters. I'm telling you. Diana, where can we find you on social media?
Your dead sister on Instagram and Kimora Blackface on Twitter.
That's the gag the goop of the century. I thank you, Diana, for always being yourself and giving us drag teas. We got some horns in here. Y'all know I'm an angel, so she's gonna give us a little
devil.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about RuPaul Drag Race fandom today and have a discussion about some things that are just a bit toxic with us sometimes. I mean, I'm a part of the fandom too. We watch the show, but we need to address a few things and
the racism and the skin tone.
Well, there's racism. There's also the comparing of different queens to other queens. There's a constant, it's not what I like. I can't stand the show. It's always so negative.
And complaining.
Oh my God. Like, baby, if that's the case, then get your degree or do what you got to do. Get in the door of World of Wonder and fix something else.
Or you know what? Get into drag and fix it.
Hello, do something. But we're going to talk about just different points of this where the fandom in itself, I get why we're all upset, but can we pick and choose a little bit better with our battles? The toxic fandom, where did you start? What season was it? For you, Diana, where did you start noticing these things happening?
So I've been watching Drag Race since episode 1, season 1, and I didn't really start seeing a lot of toxic fandoms until on season 4 or 5 when a lot of black queens like Dita Ritz, Latrice Royale, LaShawn Beyond started coming out and they started to be unapologetically black and started loving their characters and expanding more outside of the realms of pop music and things like that, to where the fandom decided, we have to keep an eye on them. And then over the next few years, like with season 8, with Bob the Drag Queen being unapologetically black, with Vixen on season 10, Shea Coulee on season 9, a lot of these girls progressively got more black over time, and as the fandom grew, the white audience and the European audience grew, and they decided, we don't like that.
Now see, and I'm going to counterbalance that point with what you made because it's true, and I witnessed all of that, and I also would say social media played a huge part in all of this. And we're gonna speak more than just about the racist tone that Drag Race has, because there's other stuff too. But this, speaking from two black people, like we can see this all the time. And then when people start to do this whole defense thing, like it's not about that. It's about this. No, baby, it's about that, because it's only them that's being attacked at this point. And then it's also other girls of color in other places, like, oh, they're gonna have another Puerto Rican queen on there and she's not gonna know how to do this and that and the other and blah, 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 blah. I'm gonna agree with you with the Latrice part, because I remember that's when Twitter was really starting to pop up.
Yes.
And I remember at that time too, that's when Facebook actually was open to all people versus just people in college at the time. But I remember Latrice's season and Dita Ritz and how they were dragged through the mud for how their initial looks were when that promo came out. Correct. And Latrice had thumbs down. There were so many dislikes for her. Ooh, who put this choppy, crunchy, ugly queen on here? Look, a gorilla. They were saying some nasty stuff.
Yeah, it got heated.
Yeah, Dita got ripped through as well. Now, y'all know, listen, Dita Rich, you know you're my sister, and them wigs was dry your season, sister, and I love you to death. There were some moments that were like, and same thing with Latrice with them same boots, we can talk about it, but that's not what we were talking about. That's not what y'all were talking about with some cases. It was always this, it had to go to some sort of racial type of tea with them. Shea Coulee got it. The Vixen got it. Now, the Vixen, it was different for her because the Vixen was the one that was like, I'm not going to sit back on this.
Correct.
And I'm going to come for you and you're going to hear me. And some people received the message while others didn't. And some people don't like how the message was sent. Understandable. But it's a message you still have to respect.
Exactly.
I think it was when social media really became prominent and people got Twitter handles and people had a mask to hide behind, and it was no longer you could pinpoint that girl and say that bitch was a racist or this one was that.
Exactly. That was Jennifer from Cincinnati last year, but now that's 1, 2, 3, whichever.
Girl, you just point them out.
Nowhere, girl.
Anywhere and everywhere. And I remember there was an actual account on YouTube called Racist RuPaul Drag Race, and it had a picture of Trixie in blackface, but Trixie's not actually in blackface. It just darkened her skin. Yeah, and so
like they do Ariana Grande.
They came to my page. They called Jamar all kinds of N-words, this and that, and you only support the black queens. I support everybody, but I also have a special place for people who I can relate to in a certain sense. But doesn't mean that I want them to win above everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want the best to win, in my opinion. But yeah, it's with the fandom, I feel like social media played a big part in this because we all had a voice. I think when they started asking, who do you think should win to, that part as well, it became a little easier and more accessible for the fans to be gross.
Correct. I think that started with season 7, right? Where they started letting...
7, yeah, with Jasmine and Kennedy, girl.
Yes.
Ooh!
So you remember when Drag Race on season 7, when they had Kennedy in the top 4, but as soon as it came down to the top 3, even though Ginger was very disrespectful and rude according to some people, Kennedy didn't deserve to be in the top 3. And they, pretty much did the same thing throughout the whole season.
Cherry picking.
Yeah.
Picking and choosing what...
I was like, what was the difference?
Yeah.
They were both pageant queens.
They were both pageant. They were both very,
established in their careers. They've both been doing this for 20 plus years. So what was the difference?
And they were playing the game. Whether you say they were mean or not, play the game.
They did the game how it was supposed to be played.
Hey, y'all hated Roxy on season 5 for always trying to make Jinx question herself. But that's how Roxy played the game. Now, she didn't win. And I mean, you saw her nice at an All-Stars. She made it to top 4 just on people liking her.
Exactly.
So it was really nasty for 7. I'm going to have to agree with you on that one because remember, Jasmine they were putting horse faces on her.
They made all kinds of horrible, horrible racist and offensive memes about her because she's not she's not a cookie cutter drag queen in any capacity with her song choices, her performances, her looks. She decides to be herself at all times, and people decide, that's not okay if you're African-American drag queen.
And I see you celebrate her now because she's so GIF and meme worthy.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Where were you on her season though? Because she's been doing videos.
Exactly.
She's been doing this kind of stuff. We've been known that about Jasmine. All her supporters are saying. So when these new people see someone like that and they go, I don't like how she looks now, but you are now sharing her GIF and meme, honey, and you're, oh, I'm so Team Jasmine. Where were you though, girl? Where were you?
Exactly, because even when All-Stars came out, a whole bunch of people were Team Jasmine all of a sudden, despite her being one of the most hated Drag Race contestants in the last few years.
Same thing with Kennedy.
What was the difference when they started providing sound bites and when they started providing
some comedy? So when we could, now I don't want to call it a Bojangles moment.
Not at all.
But if that's what the tea is and that's what you think is acceptable and that's the only way we can get them in the door, we need to talk about that. But on a racial level, on a racist level, that's where we're at with this. Y'all are picking and choosing. If they look extremely beautiful in a certain sense, it's almost like you can't touch them. But if there's one thing wrong with the black queen, it's always this huge, And then I see some of the other queens, and I hate to be this guy, and I know some people don't want to hear this right now, but hear us out. you then let things slide. I'm also known to be someone who could be biased sometimes when it comes to queens, where I'm like,
so am I.
It's cool. Like, I like that they do, that's their thing, and da-da-da-da-da. You know, we could do all that, but it just felt weird as a Black person watching the show to consistently see Black queens always being torn down and saying they always look chopped and do this, that, and the other. But then once the show starts and you get a couple episodes in, now you're okay with them.
As long as she can provide a soundbite or, you know.
Or she can dance and lip sync. Yeah, it's
right.
like, now we're cool with her. But everybody else, it's like, no, whatever. Now, we've talked about the racist aspect of this, and I know some of y'all are like, oh my God, that was a little too much for you. Well, get over your sensitivity and your fragility, honey, because this is the world. This is how it is. Is hating on the show or on any reality show the new way to watch reality TV?
I feel like it's always been a way to watch reality TV in the sense that we can even go back to Flavor of Love where we hated on where we hated on Pumpkin for spitting on New York.
Woo! We still do.
We
still hate her for that.
I mean, as we should. But, you know, we've always had a villain, we've always had a hero storyline for every type of reality TV program. And it's not different once you bring it into the Drag Race realm because, or even Dragula, you like the underdog, you like the people that are less likely, quote unquote, to win despite them all being on a relatively even playing field when it comes to performance, skill, or artistic ability, whether finances are included in that, you know, debatable. But these queens still get a lot of hate just because they are showing who they are on a national platform.
Into this point here with the hating on the show, The New Way to Watch, I've noticed, say, like with Real Housewives of Atlanta or other shows that are
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, is that people do hate the shows, but they watch it, and that's the way that they're communicating via social media. I can't stand this girl. I can't stand this person. I can't stand that person. I'm guilty of this. And it almost feels like that's me watching reality TV now is I'm not watching it unless I truly hate somebody on the show, and that makes me so angry. Like, I'll give you an example, basketball-wise. I cannot stand Jackie Christie, but I loved her this last season, honey.
Exactly.
And it was almost like I never wanted to watch the show, but in reality, I'm watching it each and every season just so I can see Miss Jackie in a black turtleneck again. And
so the real question is, do you actually hate them or do you just hate the character they're portraying on TV?
The character they're portraying on TV is really the tea. And that applies to Drag Race, which is why when y'all see me do my reviews and stuff, I always tell you, I'm not doing this personally if I'm reading them. I'm reading what I was given.
Exactly,
and what
the
was
content
edited.
that was created.
Yes, that's what I'm reading. When I see them in person, it is all love because it's nothing but respect. You know, I'm jumping into drag.
Exactly.
And you see me at the bars, I tip. So
down,
I listen, I let the girls know I'm here for you and I respect what you're doing. And that's the case with Drag Race. There needs to be more respect by the fans, especially when it comes to girls performing at local bars and this, that, and the other, because those local girls are going to be on the show in 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons.
As a local drag performer, I've had plenty of times where I'm performing right after Drag Race viewing and people are emptying out the bar in droves because they don't know who we are, quote unquote, or they don't think that we're familiar with the television program, or they don't think that we have the capacity to be on it. But what they fail to realize is that every single drag queen that's ever been on Drag Race, or, you know, drag king or non-binary performer that's been on Dragula, they were all and still are local level performers, especially if they're not ranking really high in their seasons. So if you were to say Sasha Velour, she's no longer a local queen. Shea Coulee is no longer a local queen. But if you were to go to Madame LaQueer or Soju, or even like, you know, anybody on the lower tiers, James Mansfield, Layla McQueen.
Girls who don't get that extra edit that gets them to the next level, that have to go back to where they just started from. Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that because there's always home. Remember, children, you always can return home. But what do? Are you still going to sit there and watch them when they're at their local bar? Because you should. You were rooting for them on the show. Why aren't you at their bar now, tipping them? Now, for the babies who are younger who can't go out, that's understandable.
Venmo and Cash App exist.
Buy merch. Do stuff like that. Like, there needs to be more of a support level from fans as far as when you see them out or when you see them do something, giving them love. And if you don't like a queen, why do you need to stress that so much unless it's some situation like a Carmen Carrera thing?
Or Eureka O'Hara.
Wait, no, I just made up with Eureka. I'm cool with Eureka. Wait a minute, girl. Wait a minute. Wait, listen. Okay, see how we all have people? We all got somebody who is like, you know what I mean? Like, I had a moment, like, even between my own sister, Miss Vivacious, and how rude she was to me at DragCon New York, you know, I can be like, you know, whatever.
It's fine.
But I'm also going to be like, I still respect you for what you do and what you have done and the time you've placed into your drag. I didn't like how you treated me.
Correct.
But, you know, I'm not going to go out of my way and be like, like, I'm not going to be like, at Vivacious, you are a terrible... Like, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that.
Because, you know, our nation's going to clap feedback.
I don't want that styrofoam head to hit me. And I'm also thinking to myself, what if I meet her later and I need to have a conversation about what took place and it may have been a misunderstanding?
Exactly.
Y'all have got to chill sometimes. Some of you come at me this way and you're like, Matty, you are so... It's like, I'm not talking to them personally, baby. It's about what I've seen.
On a television show.
It's what was said, what was edited to be said, and what happened, okay? Remember, where's Miss Fifi up here, up in this little chain a little bit? Now, Fifi got the edit of all edits, girl, but at the same time, Fifi gave them something to edit.
Exactly. The content is there, and then it's cut down. So everything that's been said is said, maybe not in the context that you've heard it, though.
So you can't take everything personally sometimes, especially when it's not even directed at most of you. It's like, it's not even directed at you. But when people use someone like Adolf, you know the last name, someone who created mass genocide to then describe somebody because they're not getting their way because their time is just going down. We can't give those people that. Now that needs to be addressed. That's when I'm like, okay, let's jump in here. Now I've got to say something about this because you're doing too much. And now you're creating a divide and more so of a divide that's already happening. Yes, the show does not have trans women on there, and it should. It does not have binary women on there, and it should. It does not have drag kings on there, and it should. But guess what? I want to enjoy this show for what it is right now. I got Dragula that's going to give me my drag kings and everything in between. And guess what? If Drag Race jumps back in, finally, bravo. But you know what? I'd be here for its own competition.
Counterpoint, though.
Okay.
Would you think that Dragula would have to exist if RuPaul's Drag Race didn't already accommodate all forms of drag?
I think it still would exist only for the level of alternative scene because it would still bring trans and, say, binary women in there, but it would still be more focused on, you know, polished, clean, and sort of pretty baby kooky a little bit, but not too dark. Like, girls who say that Sharon Needles is like the blueprint, I'm like, honey, I know a lot of darker queens than Sharon Needles, even on 4, and Evie in the same. Like, I love them to death because they're very different in themselves.
I would even argue that Evie is a little bit darker sometimes than Sharon.
Yes, I agree.
That's just my personal preference, you know.
Love me some Evie, girl.
Absolutely.
That is my sister. But no, yeah, it's something about the scene itself with the local queens and then sort of how it translates into social media and how, you know, we then treat these people and then we go, are we watching just to be negative or are we watching because we enjoy the show? It's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. So now we're going to do this bit here. We're going to go into where I guess I could throw a little bit more jokes in this and not be so a little toxic with this bit. But with the fandom, in a sense, and over the seasons.
You know, because there's 1, 2,
3,
5, 6.
We can go down the
32.
line.
Hut.
Now, I want to ask you about some seasons, and I want your opinions. And I'm going to do them through certain sections. Are we cool with that?
Absolutely.
Fun time. Also, if you made this far into the video, these are all opinions. These are all opinions.
My opinions, his opinions.
That's it.
Fifi's opinions, Silky.
Well, they ain't there now. Now, Monet wig little shuffle exchange right here may be something, but you know, now here's the tea. And to the person, my backdrop is just fine. So,
period.
I'm going to ask, we're going to do seasons in sections. 4 seasons, each one, and you have to choose the best season.
Okay.
And then when you choose the best season, do you agree with the winner?
Okay.
Let's start. Seasons 1 through 4 first.
So I have to choose the best winner.
Best season.
Best season, then if I agree with the winner.
Yes.
Okay, so I would say of the first 4 seasons.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
All 4. So I would choose season 2.
Ooh, okay.
It's a little controversial.
That was a season, honey.
Because it gave me everything that I've ever wanted when I, started looking at drag.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great makeup artist. It was funny characters that still kind of had the
Raven, Jujubee, Pandora Box, like
they were still close to early reality TV. So they were not filtered and they never got, media training on how to be on television. They were creating the blueprint and the format for Drag Race. And yeah, I agree with the winner. Tyra Sanchez is honestly...
She swept it. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Period. She honestly did so well on that season that there was nobody else that could touch her ever.
What I had to explain
Even
to
without
some people,
immunity.
Right? What I had to explain to some people is that with Tyra on that season, and I said, you say Raven should have won, but Raven was in the bottom like
3 times.
Yes, a lot. And
Tyra was in it once, twice.
She was in the bottom 3 and was given a pass.
Correct.
And then that one time she had immunity because it was,
Even then, she would have went home to whatever song
she wouldn't have went home. And I
did
still...
it all at 21.
I will still never forget that moment when she put that veil over her head, when she was in the back. And I was with Rue. It was like, that was so puss. It was so puss.
Yes.
Ooh, I felt that moment, girl. And it was Juju was right there. She was like, girl, breathe. It was like, oh my God. It felt like she had just her husband just left her.
My favorite part was the glued on accessory.
Oh, Mama was really a crafty queen, sister.
She was a 21-year-old drag queen. And that was the blueprint for Aquaria. That was the blueprint for Violet. That was the blueprint for every 21-year-old winner or finalist since then.
And see, you're 22.
Correct.
And as a young queen, that's something to look at. One of your young sisters
That's impressive.
Did it. It's like, I can do that too.
Exactly.
Bam.
That gave me the motivation to start drag.
See, and that's stuff I want people to know. Now, Tyra was a little bit of, sometimes, but it's...
Hey, love.
I hated that. I was Tatiana at that moment, like, now really, girl, I'm trying to get dressed. Like, you're
and
not
Tatiana was 20. I made it to the top.
Hello. Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
Now, the next 4, and I'm doing All Stars too. I'm not going to leave her out of that.
Okay.
5 through 8. So 5, 6, 7, or 8. Which one was better?
Ooh.
And they're all good seasons, y'all. Well,
most. Some are better than others, and some are clearly worse than others. So you know that I'm not going to pick that one. We don't have to decide that. But I would say season 8 was probably my favorite. Season 5 or season 8 were my favorites of that little time of Drag Race. Season 5 because Jinx was very clearly the winner, even when she walked in looking like a hot ass garbage mess.
It was the Edie Bill snatch
Her
game.
snatch, yes.
Once that was done, I was like, winner.
And her only problem on the season was her not even her aesthetic, but her outfits.
Her contouring too. Do not forget that.
Ooh.
That nose was left alone too many nights.
Oh, we can't forget that.
Too many nights that nose was left alone, all to fend for itself with no weapons. Just bam. And
no weapons, no brush. She said 1, 2, girl.
That was it. And it was like, no, mama, there needed to be a little carvation in there. It needed to be some sort of Thanksgiving meal that needed to happen here.
But she still gave everything you needed.
She was a true entertainer, a true comedian, a true performer,
exactly.
A true queen. And I love that about Jinx too. And
I can also definitely agree that Bob was I'm a long time fan of Bob. I've been following her for maybe 7, 8 years, I would say. Yeah, she is fucking that girl. I've seen her like improve and change, and even when she was Kitten with a Whip, she was really out here doing it.
That's right, you're a local New Yorker.
Yes, I am. New Yorker, now based in Los Angeles. So I saw Bob like essentially from the start of her career all the way to now. And to me, she came through Drag Race, walked in, like many of the winners do. They walk in and they know that they're going to win. And the unwavering confidence is telling them, no matter what's going to happen, I'm going to make it to the end. And if you put up Bob next to Naomi and Kimchi at the time, she was winning circles around them with no hesitation. The only thing she didn't really have also was fashion. And at that, she still had the creativity to make all the different types of looks that she did that season.
This is a great point to bring because that's why I felt like some people didn't like Alyssa so much on All Stars 2 is because that personality can really get you very, very far.
Yeah, she got a little too far, I would say, on All Stars 2. I mean, we all saw the camera dress. It was funny, but was it a cute dress? No. It was not Matty.
I like, look, you probably one of the people that got in my comment section to warn me out that day. Like,
I
Matthew,
absolutely
come on.
did.
Like, come on, Matthew. And I'm like, no, I really liked it. I thought it was dope. I was, listen, okay, all right, look, now.
That little flip out with the sound effect, that was cute.
Like, in the way she posed, boom.
The dress looked like a warm trash bag. It looked like a hefty bag.
Really?
Absolutely.
Then we were going to do all that. Alaska shouldn't have won for being Little Miss Pound Cake because she low-key was in a trash bag and turned around and was like, bam. Like,
well,
no.
that wasn't two looks either. Fifi
Yeah.
had the best look on that.
Oh, yeah, I will agree that Fifi
And
was kind of wrong.
Roxy's little Selena number. That was cute.
Oh my God, that was everything with that pull. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay, see, now we're getting into it.
Better looks.
All right, now 9 through 11, because we can't do 12 just yet. Not yet.
I will say.
That's a tough one. Now I'm thinking about 9, 10, 11. Ooh, that was some rough seasons. I don't want to hate y'all, but there was some rough moments in them seasons, honey. Good stuff, but then there was...
The queens were great.
Episodes.
Some of the challenges were a little off, depending on, who got what. I would personally say I like season 11 the best. Evie Oddly walked in with probably $3 in her pocket, everything made out of paper, and still came through with looks, came through with content on the show.
That jellyfish look is still the most.
Literally, you were just wearing that shirt earlier.
Yeah, I wore that shirt on the train, girl. Like, I flaunt that shirt. Cause
exactly.
Oh, my God.
It was like a dollar store umbrella and little sheets of paper.
It just was so right. And you painted yourself pink, like, all over. Exactly. No matter what. Like, everywhere. The penis, too.
And like, you know what? I'm waiting for the uncensored version of that episode. Evie, send me a DM.
Oh my goodness. Now, y'all know I'm not giving my opinion on this just yet. I'm saving that for when me and another person, y'all know who it is, last name 84. Oh my God. Yes, him. We'll be doing something special. Coming soon, but y'all need to chill.
So theaters near you.
Now, All Stars 1 through 4.
To be honest, I don't really remember much of All Stars 1 or 2. I mean, Alaska won. We knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, we all knew that
as soon as the cast went away to go film. We were like, all right, girl, it is what it is.
I remember seeing a spoiler thing, and they were like, Alaska wins almost every challenge. I said, well, then there's no way she's gonna lose. If that's the case, that's when I stopped really looking at those videos.
I saw the same videos too. I was like, listen, if she won every single challenge, why am I watching?
Yeah, but
by the time it got to the end, I was like, okay.
I was like, maybe Katya has a chance. Oh.
I didn't think she had a chance.
Y'all,
I loved her, did not have a chance.
But Alaska deserved it.
Detox almost did, though. Second place.
Detox was in the bottom too many times.
Statistics.
You think that Detox was in second?
Oh, yes. Detox was in second, yes.
I call her third. Detox, no shade, love, I love you. But I put Katya second to Alaska.
No, she's fan favorite, that's why.
Oh, okay.
So, everything she did was skewed in a way that fans were like, oh, we love her already. Detox was had a lot of fan love, but definitely not to the level of Katya. None of them did.
I felt bad for Roxy in that season.
She came out with her Rihanna Grammy.
That purple, my lavender. There's one thing about Roxy we can never
discount is her looks and creativity.
Mother can come. She comes.
Construction of garments.
She pushes through. She opens the door, and it's like that face.
That face, the hair, the body.
Can't touch her on that.
The drag queen.
But we'll get on the other stuff though.
Ooh, season 1, didn't Angina win that when she got in the van?
So 3 or 4 then since
I'll say, since it's the most recent, I'll say 4, even though I don't remember who won.
Trinity and Monet. You remember that funny double, that weird
Mandela
split
effect,
screen?
Girl, I don't remember none of that.
What?
I just know that Monet has a crown. I know Monet has her crown, and that is all.
Stop it. I'm through with you. You're going in a trash bag. Yeah,
I
will not give my feedback till I get my brother up in here to do that. However, most of y'all already know which ones I like. I will say that All Stars 3 probably would have been one of my favorites because it was so dramatic. It was so
dramatic. I forgot about that.
Yeah, see, the thing is, me and Jamar used to always say that we hated it so much how it ended for everything. And then when Ben quit, it was just like, whatever. But now that you look back at it, the most drama was happening that season.
You know what? You're right. Honestly, the entrances, the Ben Delacreme literally
challenges too.
Look, she won every challenge up until the one she won that one too.
Yes, the Bachelor challenge is one of my favorite challenges they've ever done.
Exactly, when Kennedy Davenport was that character.
Oh my God, Ben was hilarious that day too. Like, remember Chi-Chi and Shangela?
Even the Kitty Girl rap, all of them.
Oh, the Kitty Girl rap was the tea, and then that. Oh, honey, yeah.
Oh no, not the top four. I'm talking about the girl group.
Oh, the girl group. Oh, I hated the girl group.
Really?
Because Milk and that. I was like, no, I'm not here for this.
That
girl. Baby spice tea. I was like, girl, boo. But okay. So we'll give it to 4 for you. We've gotten your likes and dislikes.
3, 4.
Y'all downstairs in the comment section, compare your list to Diana's. Do your 4s, except for 12 because we can't count it just yet. We haven't seen her just yet.
Season 2, season 5, 8.
Yeah, you gave a double win for 5 and 8. Okay,
absolutely.
2, 5, 8, 11, and All Stars 4. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Diana's list. Oh my God, Diana's list.
Schindler's List him? Wow.
What a Carmen Carrera thing of you to say. So we talked about racism with the Drag Race fans. We talked about just people with reality TV and just in terms of, I hate it, but I love it. I hate them, but I love it. I want to talk about how much I hate it. We got your opinions on seasons in certain places here.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this up with a final saying from both you and me. I'm going to let you go first. From this video, what do you want people to take and what do you just want to get off of your chest?
I want to say always respect your local drag because eventually we are the people that are going to be on your TV screens. Whether you like it or not, we are all deserving of respect. We're deserving of your time, of your views, of your engagement, whether it's with $1 in your hand or not. We all just love to see people in a room to support us. You can also go to our social media if you can't come to an event. We are doing a lot of things. I have a lot of great friends all over the LA community and all over the country who are creating a renaissance in drag right now, and they're just so artistic and beautiful.
When I met Baby Witch and your other friend, I felt that way. I felt that way.
Shout out to Baby Witch. That is my girl. She was flew
sweet.
Down from Seattle, Portland, something. The swamps. I don't know. That girl is crazy.
But I loved it too, because when I met them, I saw 3 different aesthetics of drag just sitting in front of me, and I was like, wow, I live for this. Also, shout out to Cornbread Jate.
That girl.
Live for Cornbread Jate. I hope we see her on Drag Race. Better yet, I hope I compete against her on Drag Race. Can you imagine if Cornbread meeting on the same piece of cake and cornbread?
I would have to get on too, bro.
That'd be the funniest thing.
They would have 3 LA queens on that.
So, well, I would say, I'd have to do, I'm from Houston, Texas, living in LA.
Brooklyn, New York.
I guess my point here for this, y'all, I want you to understand, again, these are opinions that are stressed, and these are points that we feel.
My opinions, not yours. You don't have to agree with me, but you do have to tip me on Cash App. That'll also be linked below.
So I understand that, I get some people aren't ready to have those conversations or everything's not about race. And I do understand that as well. But also I have to, when I see things happen and when things do take place and it is very much pointed in that direction, I'm going to call the compass due north. Okay? Correct. So I'm going to make a point of it. And I was afraid last year, me and Jamar already made a point not to really discuss it too much because we wanted to see how people would react to us. And we started to see a lot of people who are of color that respected us for having our opinions of color being like, why are you submitting? And I didn't really catch it until a couple of weeks ago when somebody did something a little bit out of control for me at a drag show. And they were talking about the black drag queens that were performing and they were being very nasty. And I was like, this is exactly what we were talking about. Why do I have to be quiet right now?
I mean, the thing is, that's not shocking. I've been privy to a lot of conversation where I can hear an audience member saying, why does she look like that? Why isn't she dancing? not every black drag queen dances. Not every black drag queen is a monolith. We are all creative people. Just like you can go see Pearl performing, or you can see Brooklyn
DJ.
Heights performing. Well, just I thought.
Okay.
Wiki.
WikiLeaks.
WikiLeaks, am I here?
Oh, no.
Yeah, we are not a monolith. We are all creative people, and our art is filtered through our brains, not our skin tone always.
Light to dark, either way. And I also want you to understand that with reality TV, I'm not telling you how to feel. I'm not telling you what to do, but it is something to say. It is something to say that, come on, y'all, like,
do better.
Enjoy something, a ham and cheese sandwich if you need it, bitch.
Stop promoting the hate on your profiles. Just support the ones you like.
Because you do know
Send
that
the dollar
follows
to the
you.
one you like.
That follows you.
Exactly.
It follows you. You will always be known as a hater, and you don't want to be known as a hater forever. Now, call things out when you see them. I don't want you to be weak and meek to things when it comes to not even cancel culture, but when bullshit happens.
Exactly. When somebody messes up, call them out. But on the opposite end, if a girl is just trying to live her life on a TV show and she makes a joke at your fave, it's not that deep.
It's not gonna. It's
They're
not personal
friends.
either.
They filmed this last year. They don't care.
Yeah.
They're making thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. They don't care if you're defending them.
Yes, because they're worried about cashing that check, darling.
Exactly. And you know what? The check's always clear, except from Neverland.
So, with that being said, support your local drag, support your queens, stop sending hate, stop spreading hate, recognize the BS when you see it.
Wash your ass.
If you got a problem with queens of color, that is a problem that you need to fix.
In your own self.
All right? And again, support your local drag.
Right here.
I am Matty Rants, also known as Piece of Cake when he's on that good old bake.
And I am Diana, your dead sister, the neon demon of downtown Los Angeles.
Listen, I met Diana a couple weeks ago, and I didn't even know she was a watcher of the show. And I was like, get out of here. And she's like, Matty, is that you? I'm like, it's me.
Yes, girl.
Girl, I walked in there like, you saw me I'm very to myself. Very to myself. I'm very in the corner because I'm an observer. I'm very much like, I have to envelop in the room. I have to be soaked into it, and then I can be like, okay, I can come out here now.
When I'm out of drag, I'm in the corner too.
That's me. So if you ever see me like that, don't freak out. Don't be like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to him. No, come and speak to me. It normally will get me up.
Don't talk to me unless you got $1 in your hand.
Or,
you know why?
and I will take a drink too. I'll take a tequila shot quick.
Tequila shot, vodka Red Bull.
Because that's going to give you the dance, honey.
I ain't got no rhythm, so I'm not going to be dancing, but I will do two-step.
Listen. All right, social media links are downstairs for both me and Diana. Make sure to follow, make sure to like and share and subscribe this video. Y'all, I got 2 more videos coming out this week. Diana's going to be helping me with some Meet the Queens, so you'll see her in a portion of that video, as well as with my good friend Lucielle Balls, who's going to be giving me a paint job tomorrow with Piece of Cake. I know, I'm ready for the look.
I'm excited.
Can't believe it. So, hugs and kisses, best love and wishes to you. I will see y'all later. Bye.